Hello friends, and welcome to Mornings at Sunrise Cottage. My name is Vicki. I'm here with Neil and Pepper, and we're going to show you what we've done this week. First of all, we went to a neighbor's yard sale, and I saw this beautiful Christmas tree. Look at this. Isn't that gorgeous? And this lady's daughter made it. Then we happened upon this beautiful church as we were driving down the road. Over the last few weeks, we've hit some little places, and I wanted to share those with you today. But I saw that church, and I just had to get a picture of it. Now this is when we went to the Vendors Village in Danville, Kentucky. And I like this china here. They just had a few pieces of it, but that blue, it's almost like a Tiffany blue. I thought that was really nice. I think my mom may have had something that was that color, so that may just have made me think about that, and that's why I liked it so good. This little picture caught my eye. And anytime I see a tractor, I've got to look at it. And this one had a clock on it. No, that's not a clock, that's a thermometer. It had a thermometer on it. They had a lot of good booths here. And I've seen these pictures before, and I've always thought they were really pretty pictures. I like the British style quite a bit. But the one I really liked, and I probably should have bought, was this little house. I thought that was so pretty. There's something about that picture that just looks so homey. You could just walk right in there and stay. And this was an unusual candlestick holder. These were the sweetest little pictures. I could just imagine these being in a little baby girl's nursery. They were large, and they would have been so pretty. This kind of caught my eye just a little bit. I've kind of been looking for some really nice horse pictures lately. And I had seen them everywhere I went before, but since I've been looking for them, I can't find them. And there I am, looking at that gold mirror. And look at this train. I know that's at least from the 60s. And the reason I know, I used to have one of those. And I like the pewter candlesticks. I thought this was kind of unusual, a triangular table, and then the sides lit up. And for some reason that day, I just kept seeing really cute children's desks. Isn't this a cute roll-top children's desk? And there was a French set of cards. I didn't look in them, I just thought the box was interesting. And this was such a cute little candle holder. It's from the Bybee, I think. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. And I thought this was sweet. And I saw this 2 different places that day. And then I saw these, and I thought, 3 bears, but there were 6 bears, so I guess they were not the 3 bears. But they were cute nonetheless. That was an interesting little cabinet there. And I found several candle holders that day that I liked. And a farmer's wife sign you gotta like. And I saw this old wringer washer, and it reminded me of the one that my grandma used to do laundry on when I was little. And they would put it on the front porch, and they would do their washing on Saturdays or whatever. And I love these dishes here. I think they're so pretty. My grandma also had these dishes when I was little. And I was attracted to this painting. I thought it was real pretty. I thought it was a nice fall picture. And I'm really getting into the blue dishes right now. I haven't purchased any yet, but I really do like those. And look at this Liberty plate. And more candle holders. A lot of people are getting into black and white, and if you are, that'd be a nice set. And I thought this table was pretty, and the chairs wouldn't fit in my house, but I thought that was a nice set. And it had like a sideboard over there. And here was a real pretty set of dishes, if you like roses and flowers. And I thought the gold trim around the edge just set it off. And it was Haviland, China, Windsor. No, Winsun it says. And no, it says Windsor. And it's the entire set. And these were two cute pictures if you're interested in Victorian type pictures. And of course we saw a lot of fall things and enjoyed that. I especially like this one. May our lives be full of thanks and giving. Then this was a handmade rug. And I would say that took a lot of time and effort to make that. It was really pretty. I liked the colors, the way they were blended there. This lady says she wants to lose weight, but she don't want to get caught up in one of those eat right and exercise scams. And they had all sorts of pumpkins, and I just looked at a couple and got pictures of those for you. Coming up, you're going to see this cute red step ladder. I thought that was just so cute. I didn't need it, but I thought it was really pretty. And a little rocking chair, and that looks very homemade. And did you ever see such a cute pig? It's a cookie jar. Now this is a sewing kit, or what people put their knitting in or whatever. And it was one of the larger ones that I've seen. I've seen a lot lately that are much smaller than this, but this was good sized. And this is a really cute basket, but I would not have wanted to pay that much for it, I don't think. And here was like a tea tray, I guess you would call it. That's what I thought it was. I'm not really sure what it was, but then I thought this bookshelf was very interesting. Now this had been made by someone too. Seems like I'm attracted to things that people have spent time making. And here was a couple swags I liked. And I just recently scored one at a yard sale for $3. And I like these. I've seen them at several different places that I've been at. And here I wanted to show these. They had a lot of Pokemon cards in the sleeves there. And here was a table set someone had made. And I think these may be made out of barrels, like whiskey barrels or something. If you've got a rustic cabin, this would look really good. And I spotted these really colorful candle holders that I liked. And I saw a handsome camel. And I think this was in a booth to support some program. And then here was some cute little old towels, hand towels that I thought that were cute, like if you ate today, thank a farmer. Absolutely. And then I'd give up chocolate, but I'm not a quitter. And this one I thought was cute too. I want to grow my own food, but I can't find any bacon seed. And this certainly applies to me. I'm not old, I'm vintage. And look at this cute desk. You know, you see these around quite a bit, these old schoolhouse desks, and wouldn't that be cute to paint one up for your children or grandchildren? And I saw this and I really liked it, but for some reason I thought it was like $40. And then when I went back and looked at the video, it was $13.99. So that was a bad miss on my part. Here's something unusual that we had never seen. They had four-wheelers there in one of the booths and motor scooters. But I guess if you wanted to go look at those, you had to go get a key and look at them. But that was just unusual. And some of you have liked the wooden ducks, so I wanted to make sure I got this one on there. And here was a picture by Van Gogh. Now this is just, you know, just a print, a cheap print, but it is nice. And I like this, the Farmer's Daughter's Bakery Shop. I like anything that's country or farm related. And here was some birdhouses that were handmade. And here were some of the old Coca-Cola tables. And I thought I'd just throw in a wreath to get you in the Christmas spirit. Oh, and I had never seen a milk can like this before. It had like a screw-in top. I've just never seen those. And here was an old-time radio, I think. Unless it was one that was made to look old. And I thought this was interesting. It was like a bee trap. And they actually had a bunch of bees in there. And you know, in the fall, when apples start falling, you really get a lot of bees and stuff around the apples on a farm. So maybe that's why they had those out for sale. There was a cute little old tray. Now somewhere through here, and I'm not really sure, this switches from the place and that we were just looking at, and we switched to the one in Harrodsburg, and the name of that will show up in a few minutes, and it was a really nice one too, and it's probably somewhere in this area, but this was a real pretty set too for a child. And that was a very good looking coffee grinder there. And this was one of those old time seats that they had, and they would put a pincushion in it. And someone had added to that one. And there was an old wagon wheel. Now that was a good idea for a tray if you happen to have some horseshoes laying around. And this was very nice. It was like a steamer trunk, and that was it was just such good shape. Oh, and this was a tobacco spear that Neil got. I guess you put your tobacco down on it when you get it out of the field. And this right here was a beautiful picture, and it shows up prettier on here than it actually showed up at the store because it showed up so dark there. But here it's just gorgeous. That reminded me of Little Red Riding Hood for some reason, so had to get a picture of that. And that was just an old stool that was interesting to me. I like this. I've been wanting to get one of those. And here comes another duck, and I thought this one was real pretty. Or a goose, maybe. I'm not sure which one. I guess duck. And I like the way the paint is on this one. Now, I know that this one is in the one in Harrodsburg, and there was a Christmas blow mold there. And I think it was like $125, which is very common. And I just love that cow picture there. Doesn't that look like the sweetest cow? They had some chainsaws. And this unique little cupboard, I think they said it was maybe a jewelry box. And these were candle molds. And look at that cute little birdhouse there. That's made in Kentucky at a pottery place. And I love this Anne Hathaway's cottage. I thought that was such a pretty plate. And I particularly like these singers because usually they look frightful. And these look good. And Neil found that cute little sled back there, sleigh. And I had to kind of look through the different tablecloths and stuff that they had. I've been looking for a fruit one, but that wasn't exactly what I wanted. And they had a couple maple drawers there. And there was a cabinet, a file cabinet. And I like this old bacon container they had there. And these were so beautiful. And they were like, I think they were $65 a piece. And that duck was just so cute. Or goose. I'm getting them mixed up. But anyway, it was cute. They had several of those there. Now, I told you wrong about that other one. Those were all $300 and some dollars, and or $600. They gave you a little cut if you got two of them. And I thought those were so pretty right there. They were such decorative lights. Probably a good idea if we keep some of those around about right now. It's getting close to winter and electricity may go off. Hair sure used to. And look at this beautiful stove. And a sunbeam bread jar and lid. Those are always pretty expensive. And look at this little truck. Neil wound it up and it played music. Now this was something I really liked. I love the tones. This had been, I think, sanded down, and it was just beautiful. And here were some signs that I liked. I like the red rose coffee, and I don't know if that was something that they sold near there or something, because I saw several things about the red rose coffee. An old scale. And I had to turn this up. This was a wooden platter. And I thought anybody could use that for the center of their table even. And I really liked this little cabinet there. It was small and I wasn't sure what anybody would use it for, but I liked it. And there are some more of those blue and white dishes. The coaching scene. Aren't those just gorgeous? Someday I hope to get a set of these. And then this is a tea service. And those would be beautiful on a buffet. Now, the last ones that we just showed you, that was in Rags to Riches, and that was an antique center and flea mall, again in Harrodsburg, Kentucky. Wanted to show you a beautiful scene there. Isn't that pretty? Now, we also went to Middlesboro, Kentucky, and we went to their Vendors Mall. And it's located near the McDonald's there. And these are some of the things that we saw in there. And I like this sign here. Some pretty dishes. A gardening set. They seem to have good prices in here. We saw this little bed that we thought about getting our grandson in there. I thought that was a pretty dish. And I don't think I've ever seen this spoon and fork set that's a candle holder. And there was a pretty copper or brass, I guess a little brass pan and a teapot. And this was Archimedes screw. Some people might be interested in that. And I found a chicken. And this was another one of the little sewing accessories there. And they had all sorts of cards. Well, we thought we'd show you what we got accomplished by Monday evening. We got all the wood up, and it's going to be stone there around where the stove is going to be. And here's what happened to us. We got all the wood down to toward the end, and we ran out. So we ran back over to Lowe's to get some more, and they did not have the kind we got in the beginning and couldn't get it. So we had to get something different, which was just another color of what we had. So, based on that, what I had to do was paint everything on this porch. So, I got these two done yesterday evening, and this is shiplap. And I just put ultra white on it. So, and then I got up this morning and I painted all of these down through here and all at the end. And meanwhile, Neil was getting the wood on the end here, and he got that finished. And then I finished the painting, and then we started doing some trim work, and you can see up around the ceiling. And it's been a job, but we've got these right here is what we're using for our trim. And we just cut it up into the appropriate lengths. And what we're doing is we're going to encase these posts. And he's put some like something to nail to in the post. And so we've got to get that done. And then I've got to lay the stone. Neil cuts it and I lay it. And I've got to lay that stone up that side there around the stove. Then we've got to put the stove in, and then Neil's got probably a day or 2 days work. Here's the stove. It reminds you again what it looks like. It's a cool little stove. And then after we get the stove put in, he's got to put the outside part. But now what we're doing tomorrow is we're doing all the window trim. And we're going to finish encasing the post. So we have worked a long day today, and tomorrow will also be one. And we are hoping that Wednesday we can lay the stone up through there. If we can, that means he can start on the outside on Thursday. And while he does that, I'm going to start cleaning everything back up. It's horrible when you're working in your house. It is such a mess. And you're working around the whole mess. And he's out there putting everything up now, and where we cut that, he's vacuuming that up. So we've had a day, and I'm going to get off and go in there and hunt us up something to eat and do the video this evening. I wanted to show you what we purchased when we went to these antique stores and thrift stores. And so this is our tiny haul. We don't buy a lot, but there are a few things that I do look for, and I found 3 of them this week. Here's the first thing I found right here. This is a milk bottle. It's a 1 pint milk bottle, And we got that, and it was $5. And most of those are a lot more than that, so I grabbed that. And what I'm going to do is on my Cricut, I'm going to write the words in red, milk, and put through here. I think that'll make it look good. And then this is a milk bottle too, and it says absolutely pure milk. And it's got a stopper in it. I doubt that stopper was what was in it in the beginning, but it may be. And it's got, it's on a green, it's a green tinny bottle. It's made in Italy, so this is one from Italy. And it has a cow on this side. I thought that was really cute, so I picked those two things up. And then I found this little book. I like the little golden books. I don't know if you all do or not, but I always have. That's what I had when I was young. I had a few of these. And this is one I don't think I'd ever seen before, David and Goliath. And I looked inside, and I found that that was copyrighted in 1974. The first one was 1968, and this must have been a reprint. And so I got this for my grandson. I thought he might enjoy that. And here is what I'm going to consider one of my really good finds. Oh, and I was going to tell you, by the way, when I got up to the counter, this one was 20% off, and my apples were 20% off. These apples, I've seen something similar to this before, but these are surely the best ones I've ever seen. Hold on, I'm going to lay this down and get them out. This looks just like a red delicious apple. I mean, look at the core end and look at the stem end, and it's got weight to it. It looks just like a red delicious apple. And so the little wagon I bought a few weeks ago, we're going to redo the bottom in it, and then I'm going to put these little apples in it. So that's how I'm going to use it. But I just wanted to show you what we got today. So I think everything I got was $17, a little bit over $17 with tax and everything. Because I got, these were only $2.50 for all 5 of these apples. And I felt great to get this for $1.99, and those were really good prices on both of those milk jars. And what a lot of people do, and I probably won't be that wasteful, but I may take something that will kind of stain the water white and put in there, and just put some really weak paint or something that wouldn't stick. I'm not sure. I'm still pondering on that. A lot of people put sugar in it, so that's kind of where I'm at right now. But later I will show you. Now Neil and I are still working on the Four Seasons sunroom today, so I'm going to get off of here and head out and paint again. And I'm going to leave you with this really pretty scene that I took on the way to Middlesboro. And I want to thank you all for joining us this week. And may God bless you and your family. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe. And thank you so much for joining us. And if this is your first time, we are so glad to have you, and so glad to have our friends come back each week. And we hope to see you again next Tuesday. Bye, friends.